Starting a daycare can be very exciting, but it is also easy to make mistakes that can cost you money, stress, and even your license. In this video, I'm going to be breaking down 5 biggest mistakes that owners make and how you can avoid them. That way, you can open confidently and start strong. Mistakes happen. And the 5 that I will be going over in this video are common mistakes that I want to help you avoid them before you even open your daycare. Also, I would like to take this time that if you have seen if you're a parent and you've had your child in a daycare and you've seen some mistakes, or you have a daycare and there are some mistakes that you've had to go through and realize and learn from, I want you to put it in the comments below. As people are reading through our comments, they will be able to take those tips and ideas. Also, I may do a video on some that you share in the comments. So please put some great advice and tips or things to avoid when opening a daycare. Also, be sure to like and subscribe to this video and stick around to the end, because number 5 is huge. It is very detrimental to your daycare on a mistake that you don't want to make because it can cause you your parents' trust. Here is mistake number 1. Not knowing your licensing requirements early. A lot of time you go and find a home or a daycare center and you think it looks like the perfect space, not realizing that the room size, the backyard fence, or the bathroom count does not meet your state regulations. Here's how to avoid that. Reach out to your licensing representative and ask all the questions that you can. Find out what the size requirement needs to look like, what bathroom count needs to look like, staff ratios, background checks, bathroom and backyard spacing. What does that need to look like? This can cost you or save you thousands of dollars later. The second biggest mistake that owners make is underpricing your daycare. Most daycare owners believe that if I can charge less, then I can get more parents to enroll. Now, this usually backfires because what happens is you put yourself in a position where you cannot afford staff, quality food, and or materials. Instead, what you should do to avoid this is to do a market comparison and find out what other daycares are charging in your area, and then position yourself confidently, okay? Listen, parents do not just pay for the price. They don't look for daycares based off of just price. They are looking for trust, safety, and a peace of mind. Biggest mistake number 3, no clear budget, no financial plan. A lot of daycare owners love to just go buy toys, furniture, equipment, supplies with no financial plan. You need to plan for every expense, from supplies to insurance, okay? You can use things like QuickBooks, Wave, Google Sheets to plan for every expense, okay? This way, you are itemizing and separating your business income from your personal accounts. This would allow you to have a stress-free financial plan going forward. Biggest mistake number 4, not having the proper training or creating systems. Yes, you say, oh, I love taking care of kids. And you've heard it before that you're great with children. Listen, the passion is great, but it is not enough. You want to make sure that you have the proper training so that you are caring for each age group appropriately. When you're communicating to the parents over the course of taking care of their children, you want to show that you are well educated in how to take care of their children. Each age group requires different procedures, okay? Also, if you want to move further into hiring staff, you want to have those systems in place, because now you're able to just pass along, this is how we do our diaper changing. This is our emergency procedures. This is our cleaning checklist. These are our daily schedules. So make sure you have a system in place and you have the proper training for you and your staff, because systems create consistency and a peace of mind for everybody, okay? All right, so we've made it to number 5. And before we get into it, I want to share this with you. if you are needing extra help or extra push or extra guidance on starting your daycare, I want to share this with you that I have a consultation services that you can easily look up on my website, www.abigailzrobinson.com, and you'll click on childcare items, and there's also a tab for consultation. I offer different packages. You can choose the one that suits you better, and we will be able to have that Zoom call or phone call, or sometimes even in person, where I can be able to sit down with you and hold your hand throughout this entire journey, depending on the package that you choose. Also, I have a daycare policy handbook that I took my very own, that took me years, no, literally, it took me a long time to create. And I've made it completely customizable, completely editable, where you can plug in all your information, your daycare name, your photos of what you want to put there. But it has all my policies listed out. It's well organized, and it's on sale on my website, www.abigailzrobinson.com. So it kind of help you with what we were talking about in number 4 about creating systems. It's all in the policy handbook. If you don't have a policy handbook before starting an in-home daycare and you're looking for help or just a simple plug-in type of tool template, this one you're going to love, okay? So check it out on my website. But now let's get into number 5. Here's number 5. And this one is what you really need to make sure that you are implementing in your daycare. Number 5, the biggest mistake that most daycare owners make is poor communication with their parents. Listen, it is not good just to reach out to your parents because you're having a behavior issue or a late payment. Parents want to be able to trust you, and you want to build that trust with them, that you're sharing overly positive, great things that their child is doing in the daycare. That way, when you do have a behavior issue or a late payment, it is more easier to communicate that with that parent because you've built that trust, okay? You can use apps like Brightwheel, ProCare, or Class Dojo so that you can communicate on a daily basis with daily text, pictures, photos about what your child is doing on a regular at your daycare. Again, you don't want to just communicate when something negative, but always communicate when something happening positive. Even create parent conferences throughout your calendar on the days that you're going to be able to just sit down and share all the great things that their child and all the development that that you've experienced and witnessed that their child is doing in your daycare. Okay, so make sure you're talking to your parents. Talk to them at the door. This is going to create a great relationship between you and the parent, and long term, okay? Longevity is important. So talk to your parents, okay? Talk to your parents. Talk to your parents. Now that you've received those 5 big mistakes and you're ready to avoid those mistakes, I want you to now think about how much money you want to make with this daycare. And if you're wanting to be a 6-figure type of daycare, you're going to want to watch this video, because in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you how I make over $100K in my in-home daycare. Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe.